Right, Shalom, giving all praise unto Yabashim Ashai, Bashim Kohakodash, double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and the honors brothers of the pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above everybody, I come and I to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kohakodash, giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bashim Ashai, Bashim Kohakodash. It's going to be a video based around the topic of financial suffering that's going to come to this world, that is coming to this world, that is here to this world, and the downfall of the empire that you thought you had, the dream that you thought you had, and you no longer have. Okay? The dream that you thought you had and you no longer have. And it's a pretty simple video here. We're just going to be going through 3 articles, and the first one is dealing with the food. Now, the statement I'm going to make is, I guess Trump didn't make America great again. Let me repeat that again. I guess Trump did not make America great again. Looking at this article right here, you can see food prices in America, Babylon, according to the scriptures, right? Food prices have increased 33% as America battles highest grocery spike in 50 years with no relief in sight. Okay, so this is since DJ Trump's come into office. He's come into office and he's doing the bidding of the elites that is to bring about the turmoil that you see out there within the Middle East. Harbour back to a point that Albert Pike made. He says they was going to use the friction out there within the Middle East between Amalek and the Arabs to bring about a new order within the earth. That is a quote that he had. You can check out the history for yourself. There's a quote that he had. He said, look, let's bring about destruction to this world. And you got to remember their destruction, their version of destruction, what they think they're going to be able to do is rise up out of destruction and set up a new order upon the face of the earth. That's an important part of it. So you know, when we're saying destroying the earth, you got to realize they got a little bit of a plan that they're trying to achieve. It's a rubbish plan, it's a whack plan, but really, when you look a little bit deeper into the scriptures, look at the prophecies, and look at all the scriptures and all of that, you begin to understand really the Most High put it within His spirit to try and destroy His empire. And that's what we're seeing right before our eyes. So food inflation is at an all-time high, and that's in line with the book of Mark, the 13th chapter, that speaks about the time of suffering, famines, which some famines are orchestrated by means of manipulating the financial markets, whether it be by war, scarcity, artificial scarcity imposed by wars and all of that. Doesn't really matter. The outcome is what is needed. And the outcome, according to scriptures, in order for the scriptures to be fulfilled, it just needs to be a famine. We know famine's coming, and this is what we're seeing here. So you might even have the food on the shelves, but if you ain't got no access to it, then guess what? You're in famine, man. You're in what's known as food poverty, and that's what's coming out there. Let's move neatly to the next article here. This is gonna be on I thought I had that Wellstar article prepped up out there. Let me just pause the video right quick. We'll come back to this. We'll pause the video. Okay, we back. Goodness gracious, this technology makes everything so easy. Right, so let's watch this article here, or rather we'll watch this video infographic from Wellstar. And this is the desperation people are finding themselves in out there within Babylon, America. And what I want you to pay attention to is the solution that they've come up with and extrapolate on it. I'm going to speak on it when we get to it. But just think about how this could be applied throughout the 4 corners of the earth, how it could be applied in a situation of universal basic income. Just think about some of the stuff that's going to be said in this video. Let's check it out.
Hey, so everyone has lost their apartment hunting, housing market, renting, whatever it is, you've absolutely lost your mind. So as I sit here apartment hunting here in Los Angeles, would you believe that I came across this place, $2,500 a month, okay, 1 bedroom, no utilities included, you have to pay for your parking, bare bones, 3 times the rent, $650 minimum credit, okay? I scroll down to the bottom, and I see that in order for you to access your unit that you are paying $2,500 for, okay, you must subscribe to a monthly membership to use your key fob. If you don't, you will not be able to access your unit that you pay $2,500 for. What are we doing? People are tired, and it is only going to get worse. This is quite literally something that the average American will not just work their way out of. They will not skip a latte out of. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? What are we doing?
All right, a little story time about how capitalism completely destroys our ability to thrive, let alone survive. All right? So, my apartment, I have been here for 4 years now. And when I first moved in, we had a fob system for locks, right? Little gray disc that you attach to your keychain, and you just slap it up against the little magnetic-y thing, and it unlocks the main door, your door, all those things. About a year and a half to 2 years ago, we all get an email from our apartment complex that they are doing away with the fob system, and instead we are going to be on a phone app lock system. So fobs are going away. They're going to change out all the locks on every single door, and we're all going to be using this phone app moving forward. And
Right, you see that? So that's what's coming out here, man. That's what Esau's bringing about to this place. This is what Esau, the Red Hebrew Edomite, is concocting in the background whilst you're reeling off of the back of some world football, FIFA World Cup. You're still thinking about that. You're excited for the new season of football. Whilst you're thinking about that, Esau's already making moves to have it even to the basics of rent. They're already digitizing how you access that, and that's very important within the order that they're going to bring forth out there. So let's try to put everything together like we've seen. And I had another article there dealing with Healy, and it's really neither here nor there. You can check it out for yourself. They was going into the fact that they should probably freeze the national wage so they can have some more finances to work with, which screams of desperation and financial turmoil. So let's put all these ideas together and really see where we are in terms of prophecy. We see the time of Jacob's trouble is right around the corner, or we're already in it. We see even these so-called affluent individuals out here living within these big cities, which some of these big cities really kind of like the worst place to live, but it's neither here nor there. But you're paying $2,500 for an apartment. You gotta share an entryway, a hallway. You're gonna share all these amenities, and you're paying $2,500, which London's like that. Okay, New York, some of the big states are like that. All these different places that you see out here it's becoming very expensive just to exist. And you're seeing how Esau's dealing with the solution. See, this is what you call the pressure, right? So he's giving you a pressure point, and he's going to relieve the pressure, so-called relieve the pressure, by means of giving you a digitized version of what you already had before. So now the cars are not going to be a key fob, and you can just go and drive the car wherever you want. It's going to be these electric cars. And they're going to tell you, look, you can't drive more than 300 miles. You really think that Esau can't come out with technology where you don't have to drive 300 miles? That's the limitation. 400 miles is the limitation. Come on, man. It's all a setup. The same thing with the housing crisis. We're going to get to a stage where it's going to be unaffordable to have a house. So then in order to have a house, you're going to have, like she mentioned, good credit. So you're going to have to be within the social credit system. You're going to have to be plugged in, man. Okay, all right. You've showed good history of looking after yourself, and you got good credit. You're not a menace to society. Here's the properties that you got access to, because underneath the UBI system, the universal basic income system, all right, they're gonna say, look, you got access to this. That person's got access to that. You ain't got the credits to have access to this. They showed you this within these places like China, where dude couldn't. I think he couldn't even get a phone contract because he was so low on the social credit system that he couldn't even access a good cell phone contract. That's how bad it was. And this is what's coming out here with the digitized money, with the digitized funds and all of that. They're going to create a system out here where you have got no access to anything unless you have that CHIP. It starts off with the smartwatches. Starts off with a contactless payment. Contactless payment became what? Paying within your phone. You got Google Pay, you got Apple Pay. Now you can pay with a smartwatch. Now you can pay with a smart ring. What do you think's coming up next? It's gonna be the chip, man. And they're gonna use these crises, food crisis, food's gone up so expensive now, most people can't afford it. We need to do something about it. Bring about a rationing system, bring about the modern day version of a rationing system, bring about a digital rationing system where nobody could cheat the system. There's no housing. All of these migrants are taking the housing. Okay, that's why houses are so expensive, because of all of these migrants. You know the narratives that they say, all of these particular things that they speak about on the news and all that, man. You've heard it. All the migrants are making it to where the housing market is so expensive. So what do we need to do? We need to redistribute wealth, and we need to redistribute property. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna make sure it's gonna be fair? How are we gonna make sure the right people get the right houses? Well, put it all on a digital system. Okay, put it all on the digital system. Make it to where one person can't buy another thing, lest it be allowed on that digital system. That's what's coming out here, man. That's what ESO's bringing out here, man. You see all of these situations where pressure is being increased, and then you see a solution that's within the narrative of the CHIP. It's not a coincidence. It's all part of the plan, man. It's all part of the plan, and we love to see the plan, which is really, it's the more size plan. It's really the more size chip. We love to see the more size chip, right, through ESO be implemented, because we know that's going to be the end of this empire. We know that's going to be the end of EDUM, okay? It's going to be the end of EDUM, and the upliftment of the Negroes, Hispanic Native Americans, is going to come right around the corner after that. In any event, with that, I'm going to say, all praise unto Yabashi Mashai, Yabashi Mukwa HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and the honest brothers that be pushing the truth in sincerity. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.